All right, guys, we're back at home, which is this place. If you guys don't already know, we call it home because this is where me and Nate grew up. We learned to bowl. We came to practice with our coaches. And now we get to showcase everything we know and love to you guys on this channel here. And first I want to talk about something special. DH Labs was the first sponsor that believed in us, believed in our channel, believed in our vision and everything we wanted to do. I believe they hopped on when we only had like 5,000 or 6,000 of you wonderful people watching. And now we have like almost 30,000. So it's unbelievable. We can't thank them enough jumping on and believing in Nate and I. So we have a special thing going on now. We have chamois. So now you can keep your balls extra clean with your DH Lab spinner. So now you can smoothly put your ball on top of this and smoothly wipe it off with this, with Nate and Elise.
Link in the description.
You guys will never forget who keeps your balls clean when you use the chamois. There's two different kinds. Check out the link in the description. Okay, today we are throwing two balls that normally are not my favorites, but maybe these two can make it my favorites, and you guys should know what that is. It is a solid bowling ball. I'm throwing two solids today. I'm throwing the Hammer Special Effect, which, yes, it is the newest and greatest of the Special Effect line. Same core, different cover. Our favorite HK22 Cohesion solid cover stock against the Hammerhead, the newest other Hammer bowling ball, if you guys couldn't tell by the name. We are going to be throwing them side by side, and let's just see how they compare. I'm thinking that the Hammer Special Effect is going to be a little bit cleaner, a little bit stronger, just because I have thrown the Hammer head a little bit. So I kind of know what that ball's gonna do, and I'm excited to see what the Hammer Special Effect will do next time. We are bowling on a typical house shot here. Nate did break it down, so I am going to be a little bit further left. So we all know that if I can get a solid ball to strike from the left on a house shot, it's gonna win in my book. So let's get into the video. Okay, since I already know what this one's going to do, because I have thrown this one between the two, I'm going to throw it again, get lined up, and then we will throw the Special Effect. Okay, so pretty much this ball hasn't stopped striking for the last like 14 shots that I've thrown it. Yes, this ball has done nothing but strike. Now, just to do the test right away, I'm going to move to left from where I'm standing with this right now to throw the Special Effect and see what happens.
All right, so let's talk layouts first. Both balls are laid out 65 by 5 1/4 by 35 to give Elise a little bit more length and to do a lot of that.
Yeah, just as I expected, it looks a little bit cleaner off the back end. And for those of you who are always like, what does cleaner mean? Because I know that word gets thrown out a lot on the interwebs. It just means that when it gets to the end of the pattern, it's gonna have a little bit more kick because it's stored up a little bit more energy. So off the end of the pattern, the ball was a little bit more of a hockey stick shape versus smooth where the Hammerhead was off the end of the pattern. Okay, just because I haven't thrown this one a lot, I'm actually really excited after what I just saw. I'm going to throw this one more time before we go back and forth for you guys. And actually, I can take off the sticker now because I struck. This is officially when you know the ball has made it into your bag. Okay, I spun that a little bit. Yeah, I spun that. I deserved it. Now we can go back and forth and strike out for the rest of the video. Now, as you might notice, this is a solid, but it kind of looks like a hybrid or a pearl because it is a shinier solid. Now, that might seem like it defeats the purpose, but that just means that you're going, obviously you can change the surface of it, but it is kind of nice to have some solids that come out of box with some polish, so they store up a little bit more energy. They're not going to be as heavy rolling in the front part of the lane. But now if we wanted to, we can put the surface on it. But it's always nice to see them change the surface covers a little bit, box shelf. So that way, for those of you who don't play around with surface and just want to throw it as is, this is a shinier solid out of box.
All right, so the Hammer Special Effect, 2.47 050 differential, 017.
I forgot to throw the other ball, but
It's
that's
fine.
okay.
I was telling them about the ball. 017 intermediate differential with factory compound HK22 cohesion solid cover stock.
Okay, so right now, this ball is giving me GB5 vibes. Now we do obviously have the hammerhead as symmetric and the hammer special effect is asymmetric, so they are different already in that aspect of core. So this ball is naturally going to be rounder because of that, having that symmetric core. But this is giving me GB5 vibes, which is great. I love that ball. And it's always good to have two balls that are good, and you can have one at a different surface.
And this will be a step above the GB5.
So another favorite, like I said, of a symmetric solid is the GB5. As Nate said earlier, the GB5 is going to be a little bit below this in terms of if you have them both in your arsenal. For me, I would probably keep the GB5 at a higher surface just because typically when you're going down through your arsenal, you don't want to have all that surface on that ball anyways. So I'd probably put this ball at 500 if I was going to throw it in a tournament, because I would probably throw it more, not first ball out of my bag as a solid. I'd probably have it as that transition ball with a little bit more surface where I'm still kind of in the track, but I still need enough for it to pick up in the oil, not quite enough down lane. But that's where I would put this in my arsenal with the balls that I currently throw a lot before I go into my hybrids and my pearls. So balls like this are tricky to me because the first ball that comes out in this line is so good. The hammer effect is such a great ball. When you add the next ball, it's really hard to like it because you're looking for that same reaction that the hammer effect gave you, which was a very strong pearl, but also like clean, where it didn't read early. It was just one of those balls that did everything you wanted it to do. I've thrown it on all different types of patterns. And so it's hard because now I'm like, okay, I have to take out of my mind that it's a hammer effect line and the fact it is a solid. So it's basically, with the characteristics that I liked of the hammer effect, it's kind of taking that away from me, where I'm not seeing that down lane motion that I like out of the hammer effect because it is a solid. So it's reading earlier, which is why I think they put that polish out of box, because they still wanted to retain enough energy. It's kind of the hard part. Don't always compare it to what the previous ball was, because it's not going to be anything like that again, because the solid is so different from what the other ball did. I actually might have to move a little right compared to the hammerhead, where I thought it was going to be the opposite, just because I see this special effect being a little lazy down lane. It's not quite getting to the head pin the way I want it. So I'm actually going to do the opposite on the next time I throw it and move on the other side of it and see if it gives me a little bit more miss room, where I feel like I'm not having to be so perfect to strike. I am going to move left because it is finally telling me it is time to 2 boards to the left. So I'll be standing on 27 with the hammerhead now, and then moving to 25 with the special effect. Yeah. And I still need to move more. So this is actually trippy because I expected the hammer special effect to be able to hook a little bit more down lane, but it could also be because it's not storing as much energy because it is an ASIM. So I might need to get it to the friction quicker to face up. I guess we'll see on this next shot. Now we are back to where we were standing with the hammerhead before having to move 4 boards to the left. Okay, still a little lazy. I definitely could throw it better, but I definitely think I could still even creep further right with this ball the way it is. So I'm going to actually over move. I'm going to move another 3 and 1 with my eyes to the right and see if the ball still stays on line. I think I learned enough from the first 10 of these two together, and we're going to make that move going into the next game, and hopefully I can throw the next 12 in a row and win you guys a brand new bowling ball, one of these, if we can shoot 300. So we are going, you know what, instead of moving 3 and 1, just in case, I'm only going to move 2 and 1. That way I don't overmove. I'm actually now 4 boards right of where I thought I originally needed to be, and as you can see, the ball is shooting through the front part of the lane a lot easier than the hammerhead, which is great. They're both still going through the pins, but now I should be lined up where I'm actually further right with the special effect than I am with the hammerhead. So there's that. I didn't think that was going to happen. Oh, imagine me dropping it and it still strikes.
Not surprised.
I will tell you, if you guys want to know the secret, if you're going to drop it in the right spot, it needs to be more end over end. I don't want to hear I dropped it in the right spot, but like knuckleballed it. It has to be end over end for it to get that pin carry. So just a little secret, you heard it here first. Next time you drop it and you strike, you're welcome. Okay, so I'm standing on 22 with the special effect. And I dropped it. But because I was in the right spot, I'm lined up and I have miss room, which is why we moved, because now I can do bad things and still strike. And that's what makes the pros better than the amateur bowlers. If I strike on this part of the shot, I'm 5 boards difference between the special effect and the hammerhead. So I'm standing 27.
Still perfect.
Might have a chance for 300. You guys know the move on this one, and that is throw it better. No.
I don't know about better on that
That
one.
one wasn't. I got it like where I wanted to. I am trying to get it to the friction quicker, but hey, it says I struck.
Nope. I saw it stand.
But yeah, but again, I have better ball motion where before I really feel like if I missed it to the right like that, I would have bucketed versus where I still left the 7 pin, even though it wasn't the best shot, but overall, still got to the pocket. Okay, I'm moving another board because the last shot was pretty high. Okay, I'll take that. Now I should have the best of both worlds where if I can really hit it and send it right, no strike, and like that I got the light mixer. Wow. That's what a good shot looked like.
Good job, babe.
Thank you.
Ooh.
This ball still has not missed since I've thrown it on this channel. Like, has not missed. I'm definitely going to say if you can only afford one of these so far, again, I've only thrown like 20 shots. Get the hammerhead if you're looking for a new symmetric bowling ball. And if you like the GB5 solid, you definitely will like the hammerhead. I'm convinced I throw this one worse because I'm not liking the motion as good. Because for some reason I want to throw this ball really, really bad. So for that, because we already missed the 300, I'm going to just stay with the special effect and try to throw better shots in the 10th for you guys so you can actually get a better read of this bowling ball. At least we threw one good shot with it. I guess that'll do.
Last shot.
Just to see if I'm wrong, and I was just throwing it bad earlier, I'm going to move where I was with the hammerhead for my last shot and see if the ball has a chance. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But I did definitely slow my speed down a little bit, really tried to get it. So it could definitely get there. I definitely think in general, I don't have as much miss room with the special effect in that area. I definitely think, even though this does have that polish on it, I think that's definitely going to help this ball be more versatile and see what you want to see out of the original hammer effect. But for me, I would probably hit this surface on the special effect to get it closer to what the hammerhead is, So that way I have that ASIM solid with that symmetric solid. And then it would be a step above the hammerhead where I could throw the special effect with the surface, then go to the hammerhead, then go to like my DB5, and then go to my hammer effect. So that's why surface is key when we're talking about bowling balls. It's not always what is out of the box. It is nice that they give that array of different box covers because you don't typically see that. Typically, if a solid comes off the shelf, it's super high grit. A lot of people don't play with the surface, so they don't realize how many other options they have with the bowling ball. Now, if I was bowling on a heavier volume house shot, I would leave the ball as is, but for me, I don't bowl in a lot of house shots, so I'm just thinking, how am I going to throw it when I'm actually in tournament play? And that would be bringing that surface down. Now on tour, sometimes we see where we need shinier solids. Instead of shining a ball that's not meant to be shined, since this one is already out of box, this is definitely a ball I could probably use in that category. Instead of going in with like the hammerhead and putting polish on it, this could be that ball because it's already shiny out of box. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Again, if you guys haven't already checked out our website where we have all of our merch to support the channel. We still have our merch on there for the Striking Against Breast Cancer tournament, the X Out Breast Cancer Foundation, where proceeds of those purchases go to Donna and that tournament. We hopefully will both be bowling that this summer. Not with Nate though. Nate's gonna have to find a different partner. But yeah, go ahead and check out our website where you can get our chamois. The DH Lab spinners are on their website, but we will still have that in the description below. And let me know which one you guys like better. I think you guys know my answer, but let us know below which one of these you will be picking up when you can go get it at your local pro shop.